everyone. You know, those of you who have read my community page know that I recently had a complete system failure of my computer, uh, total shutdown of everything. Well, during the weeks that I was without my computer, I did a lot of thinking about what I was doing with my YouTube channel and did I even want to continue with it? Well, on that subject, not long ago, I was having a deep philosophical conversation with my son, who has kind of spent his life in a sort of, hmm, what would I call it? Uh, a heartfelt pursuit of gaining a clear understanding of the human condition and why we act as we do. And he also has a YouTube channel. So I was sort of commiserating with him about all this. And as we talked, I found that one of the most surprising and valuable comments he made was about this very topic, asking, why would starting a YouTube channel that maybe no one even cares about but you, at least at first, just might turn out to be one of the best things you could do? So I decided to pursue that question. Why would a person want to start a YouTube channel or even continue a channel, especially one as otherworldly as my own? I mean, it makes sense to me when someone is posting a video about unboxing a new vacuum cleaner and how to use it, for example, or or someone teaching us another language, or how to bake a cake, or a loaf of bread, or maybe a beautiful soul on a motorbike sharing his adventures as he travels through the natural wonders of his world, or even one conversing with extraterrestrials. There's a place for it all. And and we as the observer can kind of pick and choose from among what's offered. So, yeah, I got thinking how cool it would be, from my perspective, for example, to have other Starseed YouTube channels available so the subject would get more interest. I mean, we each have our own experiences and wisdom that we could share, no matter how offbeat the topic is. We can learn and grow from it all. So, what prompted me to start my channel? Well, first, I was guided in that direction. But secondly, I had an intense hunger inside to, to share myself and my knowledge, even if it was just to myself, as I don't know, a sort of confirmation of my own existence. Seriously, I didn't think anyone would even watch or have much of an interest in what I had to say. But for some reason, I just had this yearning to tell the world about things like star children and celestial guidance, hybrid humans, and about the walk in process and what happens when a human dies. I wanted to explain ascension and other galactic journeys. I wanted a platform to talk about past life memories and, and bizarre stuff like immersion pods and so much more. And I also wanted to talk about always feeling different and lonely and afraid to be me, and maybe even suggest ways to cope with it all. Plus, admittedly, in the back of my mind, I thought or hoped I might discover others with similar stories as my own. You know, there are many of us, who feel isolated and alone in life, feeling as though no one really knows or cares about who we truly are. And that may even include ourselves. Many of us don't even have another person to talk to about our deepest feelings and dreams. And that's what my channel is all about. I just decided to lay it all out there and see what happens. And as you can see, I, I gave it a go. Well, after my first video, I think I had 4 subscribers. And these were, just friends who were being supportive. I mean, seriously, I had no idea what I was doing. I'm not sure I really do now. All I knew was that I felt I had something to say. And even though I doubted anyone cared anything about it, I would just sit there in front of the camera and share my thoughts and experiences. I've always been aware that I've had a pretty weird life. And sadly, over the years, I realized that no one whom I physically knew from my current life had any real interest in hearing anything about any of it. So I guess I kind of felt I had nothing to lose. And who knows, maybe I could even find others I had something in common with. So as I said, I just sat there and talked to the camera as if I were talking to a friend. And because I wasn't sure how it would all work out, at the time, I chose to leave my true identity a mystery. Although in this world of artificial intelligence and sentient computers, I realize we can't really hide anymore, even if we do choose. Oh well. Honestly, I soon discovered that reviewing my life story was a bit like writing my own obituary. And I found myself admitting on video many things I had not admitted to another living person. And strangely, it became a sort of safe place, at least the way I saw it then, to be my truest self. And I was surprised at how many details I began to remember and how reliving them allowed me a fuller and more kind of complete comprehension of those earlier events. It felt a little like an in life review. I was remembering things I had said and done more from the view of the other person or circumstance than of my own self. It all just kind of blew me away. Something we all want is self-expression. How many times have most of us felt at some point when talking to others like they're not really there? They're not actually even listening. Well, through this video process, I discovered that when you're looking back at your mirror self through the camera, you're getting to know yourself on a much deeper level, whether you like it or not. It's it's like you're looking into your own soul. And something I never expected at all was that when I was rewatching the video, it was like I was learning from a friend. Oddly, I realized that although I was the one who made the video, I also became the observer, the student. And there were a few times that I actually found myself kind of whispering under my breath, "Oh, wow, I didn't know that." And of course I did, as I was the one who was saying it on camera. Yet it came back to me as if it was new information on a much more genuine level, especially those times while recording when I would just kind of, wander off in a new direction that I hadn't planned to discuss or mention, and would have to pull myself back on topic and continue. Yet, when I watched that final video, those were some of the most illuminating moments. And I felt almost as if I had gained a more profound knowledge. Who was it that said, you can't teach what you haven't lived, or something like that? You know, there's something for everyone on YouTube, but it's just like anything else. It's the intention you put behind it. For example, if I wanted to learn the right way to brush my teeth, or the right way to change my furnace filter, it's my intention to search out those videos and watch a video on that subject. And it's the same while creating the video. It's the intent behind the creation. And this intention will show through on the finished product. Why am I doing this? What am I trying to say? Is this for me or someone else? What do I hope to accomplish from this endeavor? Is my intention to teach, or simply to share, or reveal an experience, or a belief? It's very different to make a video to teach a concept than it is to demonstrate it, for example. It's also interesting that searching a topic on YouTube to watch has a very different intent than being the creator of that video. Yet it can hold a similar result. You know, it isn't as important what the subject matter of your video actually is. It's that within this process, you're able to not only find your own voice, but your own extended family. It's kind of like writing a book. The author writes the book, and those who are interested in that subject matter will go on Amazon or go to the bookstore or library and pick up that book. And admittedly, YouTube has its limitations. Yet, think of it. For the first time ever, we have the opportunity to put our stories and intentions and interests out there on video and reach a huge portion of the population throughout the world, and find people who resonate with life the same way we do. You can be an absolute nobody and talk about the most peculiar things ever, and there will be people out there who share your vision. And it's comforting to know that you're not alone in this world. And all you need is a phone or a cheap camera or computer, basically the technology that most of us have in our own homes. And here I might mention again that it's best, if possible, to put yourself on camera. And this is because it's so easy now for someone, through the use of artificial intelligence, to pretend to be you and poach your content or copy your voice. It's important to present your authentic self to the camera. So there's no mistake that it's you expressing your own thoughts. As I mentioned earlier, there's a whole community out there on YouTube that just wants real people, real, authentic people being totally real. AI can't do that, but you can. Another huge benefit of creating your own YouTube channel is that it teaches you how to become comfortable in your own skin and not let criticism bother you because there will always be criticism, and that's okay. You know who you are. And naturally, there'll be others who are just not ready for your message or even interested in the topic, and that's fine. It doesn't make you or them wrong. Just do you, and you'll be okay. Use your own experience and expertise on how to build a cabin, how to plant bulbs in the fall, bake a cake, or share a near death experience, or an alien abduction, or reveal the secrets of the universe. Nothing is too weird as long as it's genuine and brought forth with positive intent. Now, something my son found for himself is that it's not necessarily a good idea to tell others about your channel, hoping to get more subscribers. And I think maybe he's right. I found in my case that family and friends, well, family, were definitely not my target audience. I mean, honestly, did they want to hear me talk about these subjects before I had a YouTube channel? No, not at all. So even that well meaning family member probably doesn't want to watch it now. I mean, some might, just to be polite, watch part of it so they can tell you they've watched it. I got that a lot. But as far as sharing my own core interests, probably not. I mean, like, my next video might be me sharing about the time that I was walking down the street and there was a person walking toward me who completely disappeared right in front of me. I mean, seriously, that happened. Or maybe I'll share about the time that I was awakened at night to find that I was suddenly in another room and didn't know how I got there, and so on. I mean, really, is there anyone in my family who is going to want to watch me talking about that? No, no way. So if they aren't that interested, they probably won't watch the entire video or maybe only watch a few seconds of it. And this makes the view retention score low, tricking the algorithm into thinking that your video is bad. I understand that this happens a lot with new channels, even when their videos are great. But because you don't have the immediate retention score, YouTube decides that your video must not be worth pushing to more people. I mean, it sounds weird, but it gets confused about why these people who never watch channels like yours are now watching a few minutes of it. YouTube doesn't know where these viewers are coming from. So the algorithm stops pushing the video because it doesn't know where to push it, or it pushes it to the wrong audience, which considerably slows the growth progress of your channel. Plus, I've discovered that it's kind of tough to be your new authentic self when you know that some people watching are from earlier in your life, like family or friends who are holding you in the past, believing that you're still who you were when you were younger or a kid, for example. So it's easy for us to fall into thinking that they're probably judging everything we're saying And that can actually keep us from taking the risks with our channel that we would normally take if we felt we were only surrounded by like minds. It can keep you from being as honest as you would be otherwise. All that really matters here is that you love what you do. That's it. I mean, that's really all that matters. So come on, starseeds. The world now needs your honest participation more than it ever has. Let's try to stop caring about what others think about us and just do our work. Okay, enough said about all that. I hope you will join me for my next video. And until then, take care of your precious selves. Bye-bye. See you then.